Picture this. You're in a meeting, sharing an idea you've poured your heart into, only to be met with blank stares and indifference. The same idea, minutes later, is celebrated when someone else echoes it. Frustrating, isn't it? What if you could flip the script, walking into any room with an unshakable presence that commands respect and admiration without you having to say a word? This isn't wishful thinking. It's the power of Stoicism, a timeless philosophy that has transformed countless lives, from Roman emperors to modern leaders. In this video, you'll discover how to apply these ancient principles to elevate your self-worth, reshape how others see you, and reclaim your confidence. Through practical strategies and philosophical insights, we'll guide you to become someone people gravitate toward. Not because you demand their attention, but because you embody an inner strength that's magnetic. Are you ready to turn moments of frustration into opportunities for growth and recognition? Join us as we uncover the Stoic path to unstoppable confidence and undeniable respect. Let's dive in. 1. Redefining self-worth. Have you ever wondered what truly defines your worth? Is it the accolades you've received, the opinions others hold of you, or the roles you play in the grand narrative of society? For many, the answer lies in these external markers, yet they are fleeting, fragile mirrors that shatter the moment the world's gaze shifts. True worth, however, is not a gift granted by others, but a light that shines from within. Stoicism reminds us of this timeless truth. Your value is intrinsic, rooted in your actions, principles, and self-respect. Let me tell you about Clara, a determined but underappreciated manager. In meetings, her ideas were often ignored, overshadowed by louder voices. Frustration began to erode her confidence. But then, she stumbled upon Marcus Aurelius's profound wisdom. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Meditations. With this insight, Clara shifted her focus inward. Instead of seeking validation from others, she committed to perfecting what she could control: her preparation, her values, and her voice. As her confidence grew, so did her influence. By the end of the year, Clara's quiet resilience earned her a promotion, not through demands, but through undeniable merit. Clara's journey illustrates a transformative truth. When you stop chasing external approval and anchor your worth in your virtues, you become unshakable. To embark on this path, begin by reflecting on what truly matters to you. Take a moment to list 10 qualities or actions that define your worth. Are they tied to fleeting external measures, or do they reflect enduring inner strengths like integrity, compassion, and resilience? Shift your focus to those qualities that align with who you wish to become. Each evening, take 5 minutes to ask yourself, did I act in alignment with my values today? Write down one instance where you did, no matter how small. This daily reflection will strengthen the foundation of your self-worth, turning it from sand to stone. And when doubts creep in, remember Epictetus's enduring words: "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Enchiridion. Redefining self-worth is not a destination but a journey, a deliberate practice of aligning your actions with your principles. It is in this quiet yet powerful discipline that you discover a profound truth. The world cannot define your value, for it belongs to you alone. And as you embody this inner strength, others will no longer ignore your light, they will be drawn to it. Respect begins not with their recognition, but with your unwavering belief in yourself. 2. The practice of virtue. In a world filled with distractions and fleeting opinions, the pursuit of virtue stands as a timeless anchor, a reminder that true strength comes not from external circumstances, but from the character you build within. When the chaos of life surrounds you, Stoicism offers a simple yet profound answer. Focus on what is in your control and let virtue be your guide. It is through virtue that we cultivate respect, not only from others, but most importantly from ourselves. Consider the story of Elena, a teacher in a challenging urban school. Every day she faced disinterested students, critical parents, and a system that seemed stacked against her. It would have been easy for her to grow bitter, blaming the environment for her frustrations. Instead, she found solace in a simple question she asked herself each morning. How can I show up as my best self today? This question shifted her focus from the chaos around her to the values she wanted to embody: patience, fairness, and compassion. Day by day, she committed to these principles. Over time, her unwavering dedication not only transformed her classroom, but also earned her the respect of those who once doubted her. Virtue is not an abstract ideal, it is a daily practice. It is in the choices you make, the integrity you uphold, and the courage you summon to act according to your values, even when it is inconvenient. To live virtuously is to align your actions with a higher purpose, creating a foundation so solid that it withstands the shifting tides of public opinion or personal doubt. To begin incorporating virtue into your life, start by identifying the values that resonate most deeply with you. Perhaps it is honesty, courage, or kindness. Reflect on these values and ask yourself, how can I express this virtue in my actions today? You might find opportunities to practice courage by speaking up in a meeting, or honesty by owning up to a mistake. These small but deliberate actions build an unshakable core of self-respect. Virtue also requires mindfulness. It is not about striving for perfection, but progress. When you falter, and you will, use it as an opportunity to learn and recalibrate. Ask yourself, did I act in alignment with my values today? This simple habit of reflection turns each day into a stepping stone toward becoming the person you aspire to be. Elena's journey reminds us that living virtuously is not about receiving praise or accolades. It is about standing firm in who you are and what you represent. When you lead with integrity, others cannot help but take notice. Virtue creates a quiet, magnetic strength that draws people to you, not because you seek their approval, but because you embody something rare and admirable: authenticity. In a world often captivated by shortcuts and appearances, choosing virtue is an act of quiet rebellion. It is a declaration that who you are matters more than what others think. And when you live this way, you will find that respect, true and lasting, flows effortlessly to those who anchor themselves in the practice of virtue. 3. Assertive communication. Imagine yourself in a crowded room where everyone is speaking at once, their voices merging into a chaotic hum. You try to interject, but your words are drowned out, leaving you unnoticed. Frustrating, isn't it? Assertive communication is the key to breaking through this noise, ensuring that every word you speak is heard and respected, not by overpowering others, but through confidence and clarity. Stoicism teaches us that the power of words lies not in their volume, but in their integrity and purpose. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself." Meditations. In communication, this means being honest and genuine while respecting the diversity of perspectives. This balance forms the foundation of assertive communication. Consider the story of Lynn, a young financial analyst. She often felt anxious presenting ideas during meetings, fearing rejection. Her lack of confidence rendered her voice invisible. One day, she came across Epictetus's profound advice. Don't explain your philosophy, embody it. Discourses. Lynn realized that to be heard, she needed to act in alignment with her values. She began presenting her ideas with clarity and confidence, starting sentences with phrases like, "I believe," instead of "maybe." This subtle shift earned her colleagues' respect, and gradually, her ideas gained traction. Assertive communication is not just about speaking, it's about listening. When you truly listen to others, you create a space for ideas to be shared and understood. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, listen closely to what is being said and pay attention to what's being done. Meditations. Repeating the main points of the speaker and asking clarifying questions fosters trust and demonstrates genuine respect. For instance, when a colleague shares a plan, you could respond with, "I understand you're suggesting resource optimization. Is that correct?" Such actions prevent misunderstandings and encourage collaboration. Here's a simple exercise to enhance your assertive communication skills. In your next conversation, focus on using statements like, "I feel," or "I think," instead of accusatory phrases such as, "you always," or "you never." Observe how this shift transforms the dynamic. Additionally, practice active listening by summarizing a key point the other person just made. This combination of speaking and listening assertively creates a more productive and respectful interaction. Assertive communication is not just a skill, it's a mindset. To develop this further, reflect on moments when your voice was heard and respected. What made the difference? Likely, it was the calm confidence and authenticity you brought to the conversation. By practicing this consistently, you build not only trust, but also a reputation for clarity and strength. Each attempt at assertive communication strengthens your ability to connect deeply with others. When you speak with purpose, as Marcus Aurelius suggested, you don't just deliver a message, you inspire respect and admiration. Assertiveness is not about dominating the conversation, but about creating an environment of mutual understanding and shared growth. Your words, rooted in integrity and clarity, hold the power to transform relationships and command genuine respect. 4. Active listening. Have you ever truly listened to someone, not just with your ears, but with your heart and mind? Listening isn't merely about hearing the words others say, it's about grasping the deeper meaning hidden within those words. It's a way of telling someone that they matter, that they are understood. In this art, Stoicism offers an invaluable lesson. Listen with presence and stillness. Imagine yourself as a mirror. When others speak, you reflect back not only their words, but also their emotions and intentions. This act doesn't just make them feel heard, it opens the door to trust and respect. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You always own the option of having no opinion. There is never any need to get worked up or to trouble your soul about things you cannot control." Meditations. Active listening is the embodiment of this principle, keeping your mind calm, free of judgment or imposition, simply receiving. Let me share the story of Mia, a young manager in a large organization. She often struggled to connect with her colleagues. Despite her efforts to listen, she felt a cold distance from those around her. One day, she decided to try a new approach. Instead of merely hearing with her ears, she began listening with curiosity and empathy. When a colleague shared challenges at work, Mia not only listened, but responded with understanding. "If I understand correctly, you're feeling overwhelmed by the workload exceeding expectations. Is that right?" From that moment, her conversations became bridges of trust rather than mere exchanges of words. But have you ever listened in this way? Reflect on yourself. When someone speaks, do you often get distracted by your own thoughts, or do you give them your full, undivided attention? Can you recall the key points they've made, or do your hasty thoughts overshadow their message? If the answer is no, now is the time to start making a change. Active listening is a simple act, yet it has the power to transform relationships. The next time you engage in a conversation, try holding their gaze, noticing subtle changes in their tone, and responding with affirmations. When you do this, you not only make others feel valued, but also bring a sense of peace to yourself. Listening is an integral part of being present, and when you master it, you don't just change how others perceive you, you change how you perceive yourself. Try listening like this just once, and you'll discover that understanding is the most priceless gift you can give to another. 5. Consistency and reliability. Imagine walking into a room full of strangers and knowing that your every action speaks louder than words. Trust and respect aren't built in a single moment. They are the results of repeated actions over time. Consistency and reliability form the bedrock of these qualities, shaping how others perceive you and, more importantly, how you perceive yourself. In the words of Aristotle, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Nicomachean Ethics. To understand the power of consistency and reliability, let's look at the life of Mahatma Gandhi. He wasn't just a leader, but a symbol of unwavering principles. Gandhi's commitment to nonviolence was tested countless times, yet he remained steadfast. Whether leading protests, fasting, or negotiating, he embodied the values he preached. His consistency earned him respect from followers and adversaries alike, proving that actions aligned with principles create a legacy of trust. Consistency isn't about perfection. It's about predictability and authenticity. It means showing up, doing what you say you will do, and staying true to your word. Reliability takes it a step further by making you a pillar others can lean on. Think of J.K. Rowling, who faced multiple rejections before publishing Harry Potter. Her perseverance, writing and rewriting her manuscript despite numerous setbacks, demonstrated a level of reliability to her vision and herself. The result? A literary empire that continues to inspire generations. But consistency and reliability aren't reserved for the greats. They are habits you can cultivate in everyday life. Start small, commit to simple actions like being punctual, meeting deadlines, or following through on promises, no matter how minor. Each fulfilled commitment reinforces your reliability, both in the eyes of others and in your self-perception. Consistency also requires clarity of values. Ask yourself, what do I stand for, and am I aligning my actions with my principles? For instance, if kindness is a core value, strive to show compassion consistently, not just when it's convenient. Over time, these small, deliberate acts of alignment build an unshakable reputation for dependability. Reliability shines brightest in moments of adversity. Take the example of Martin Luther King Jr., whose leadership during the civil rights movement rested on his unyielding commitment to justice. Despite threats, imprisonment, and violence, King's consistent dedication to peaceful resistance inspired a nation. His reliability gave people hope and galvanized them toward a shared vision. To test your consistency and reliability, try a personal challenge. Identify one action you commit to for the next 30 days, whether it's exercising, journaling, or practicing gratitude. Track your progress daily. Reflect on how sticking to this habit strengthens your self-discipline and how others respond to your newfound reliability. Consistency and reliability are not traits you are born with. They are choices you make repeatedly. These qualities create a ripple effect, transforming relationships and solidifying respect. Just as Gandhi and Rowling proved, it's not about grand gestures but small, steadfast actions. When you live with consistency and reliability, you become a beacon of trust, inspiring others to follow your lead and earning the admiration that lasts a lifetime. 6. Personal appearance. Imagine walking into a room where every gaze turns toward you, not because of extravagance or perfection, but because of the quiet confidence you exude. Personal appearance is not about conforming to unrealistic beauty standards or chasing perfection. It is about presenting yourself in a way that reflects respect for yourself and those around you. When approached thoughtfully, your appearance becomes a powerful tool for building confidence and professionalism without becoming a burdensome obsession. Personal appearance begins with the basics: hygiene, grooming, and attire. These small but essential practices show that you value yourself and the opportunities in front of you. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Let each thing you would do, say, or intend be like that of a dying person." Meditations. While this may seem extreme, it underscores the importance of intention in every action, including how we present ourselves. Choosing to dress appropriately, maintain cleanliness, and carry yourself with poise sends a message of respect for the occasion and the people involved. Consider Steve Jobs, known for his minimalist wardrobe of black turtlenecks and jeans. His attire wasn't flashy, but it was deliberate. This consistency in appearance projected professionalism and allowed him to focus on innovation rather than daily decisions about what to wear. Jobs' example shows that personal appearance is less about extravagance and more about consistency and authenticity. However, the significance of appearance goes beyond clothing or grooming. It extends to how you carry yourself. A genuine smile, a firm handshake, and an upright posture are often more impactful than the most expensive suit. Confidence radiates from these small actions, making your presence magnetic. As Epictetus wisely observed, know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly. Discourses. This advice encourages you to align your outward appearance with your inner values, ensuring authenticity in how you present yourself. Personal appearance also intertwines with self-care. Your physical health plays a critical role in how you look and feel. A balanced diet, regular exercise, and adequate sleep contribute not only to a more vibrant appearance, but also to a stronger sense of well-being. When you feel good physically, it reflects in your posture, energy, and demeanor. Yet it's crucial to avoid turning personal appearance into a source of stress or perfectionism. The goal is not to meet impossible standards, but to feel confident in your own skin. Take inspiration from Coco Chanel, who famously said, "Elegance is when the inside is as beautiful as the outside." Focus on presenting yourself in a way that aligns with who you are and what you want to convey to the world. To integrate this into your life, begin with small, intentional changes. Perhaps it's investing in a well-fitted outfit, establishing a skincare routine, or simply maintaining good posture. Reflect on how these adjustments make you feel more confident and professional in your daily interactions. Personal appearance, when approached with balance, is not a burden, but a means of empowerment. It is a reflection of your respect for yourself and the opportunities that come your way. By embracing this mindset, you'll find that the confidence and professionalism it inspires will ripple through every aspect of your life, leaving a lasting impression on those around you. 7. Developing social skills. Imagine walking into a social gathering where you know no one, the air thick with unfamiliarity. For many, such situations can feel overwhelming or even paralyzing. But what if you could navigate these moments with grace and confidence, turning strangers into allies and connections into meaningful relationships? Developing social skills is not just about charisma, it's about learning to connect with others authentically and handling life's awkward moments with composure. Social skills begin with the simplest of actions, genuine listening, open body language, and a sincere smile. These gestures are universally understood and appreciated. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." Meditations. This sense of gratitude can transform how you approach interactions, allowing you to connect with others from a place of openness rather than anxiety. Take the story of Sam, an introverted software developer who dreaded office networking events. He often found himself standing in corners, unsure how to join conversations. One day, he decided to approach social situations differently. Instead of focusing on what to say, he focused on showing genuine curiosity about others. When meeting someone new, he asked questions like, "What inspired you to choose your career?" or "What's been the highlight of your week?" By shifting the spotlight to others, Sam not only eased his own nerves, but also became a memorable and engaging conversationalist. However, social skills go beyond making small talk. They involve navigating tricky situations with tact. Imagine being in a meeting where someone dismisses your idea. Instead of reacting defensively, you can say, "Thank you for sharing your perspective. Could we explore this further to see if there's a way to integrate both ideas?" This approach validates the other person while reinforcing your point, turning potential conflict into collaboration. Or consider a social faux pas, such as forgetting someone's name after being introduced. Instead of panicking, acknowledge it gracefully. "I'm so sorry. I've had a lot of names come my way today. Could you remind me of yours?" Most people appreciate honesty and will likely brush it off, allowing you to recover smoothly. To practice these skills, start with everyday interactions. Strike up a conversation with a barista or engage in small talk with a colleague you don't know well. Pay attention to your tone, eye contact, and body language. Notice how small adjustments, like nodding to show understanding or mirroring someone's posture, can build rapport. For more challenging situations, prepare in advance. If you're heading to an event, research attendees or topics of interest that might come up. Practice responses to common scenarios, such as handling interruptions during a meeting or introducing yourself to a group. These preparations build confidence and make spontaneous interactions feel less daunting. Social skills are not innate. They are cultivated through intention and practice. By focusing on authenticity, empathy, and a willingness to learn from missteps, you'll find yourself navigating social landscapes with increasing ease. Over time, these skills will not only enhance your personal and professional relationships, but also transform the way you see yourself. The art of connection lies in your ability to make others feel seen, valued, and understood. And in doing so, you too will feel more grounded and capable in any situation. 8. Positivity and optimism. Imagine facing a setback so daunting it feels as though the ground beneath you has collapsed. It's tempting to view failure as the end of the road, a signal that you're not enough. But what if failure could be reframed as the beginning of something greater? Positivity and optimism are not about ignoring hardships, but about choosing to see possibilities in the face of adversity. With this mindset, every failure can become a stepping stone to success. Take the story of Anna, a young entrepreneur with dreams of creating a sustainable clothing brand. She poured her savings into launching her first collection, but it was met with lackluster sales and mounting debt. Friends suggested she give up, but Anna chose a different path. Inspired by Marcus Aurelius's words, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Meditations. She reflected on her failure, seeking lessons rather than lamentations. Anna realized her marketing strategy was ineffective, and her designs didn't align with the needs of her target audience. Instead of giving up, she reached out to her early customers, asking for feedback and learning about their preferences. Armed with this insight, she reworked her designs, simplified her operations, and launched a new campaign highlighting her brand's core values. The second launch was a success, and Anna's company grew to become a celebrated name in ethical fashion. What initially seemed like a crushing failure turned into the foundation of her resilience and innovation. Positivity doesn't mean dismissing challenges. It means addressing them with a solutions-oriented mindset. Optimism isn't about ignoring difficulties, but believing that you have the power to grow stronger through them. When you approach failure with curiosity and determination, it transforms into an opportunity for growth. To cultivate this mindset, start by re-examining a recent setback. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? Write down 3 potential lessons and 1 specific action you can take to move forward. For example, if you failed a job interview, reflect on the feedback you received and use it to refine your skills or approach. This shift from self-criticism to self-improvement builds resilience and keeps you moving forward. It's also essential to practice gratitude during difficult times. As Epictetus observed, he is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. Discourses. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you've lost to what remains, allowing you to see the resources and opportunities still at your disposal. When faced with a challenge, remember that positivity and optimism are choices. Anna's story illustrates that even in the face of failure, growth is possible when you maintain a hopeful perspective. The next time you encounter adversity, ask yourself, what stands in my way, and how can I make it the way forward? By embracing this mindset, you'll find that setbacks no longer define you. They propel you to new heights. In the end, positivity and optimism are not just attitudes, they are tools for transformation. When you choose to see failures as opportunities, you unlock a powerful truth. The path to success often lies through the very obstacles you once feared. 9. Constructive feedback. Imagine a moment at work when your colleague critiques your project. Your first instinct might be defensiveness or discouragement. Now reverse the roles. How do you give feedback that uplifts rather than discourages? Constructive feedback, whether given or received, is an art that requires clarity, empathy, and the willingness to learn. When mastered, it transforms relationships and fosters growth. Emma. James, thank you for your hard work on this presentation. I can see the effort you've put into the design elements. They're visually striking. However, I noticed that some of the slides don't align with the overall theme we discussed. Could we look at ways to make the content flow more cohesively? James. I appreciate the feedback, Emma. Could you point out specific areas where the alignment feels off? That would help me understand how to improve. Emma. Absolutely. On slides 3 and 5, the visuals are excellent, but the messaging doesn't fully tie back to our key objectives. Perhaps we could revisit the goals and ensure the content emphasizes those points. James. Got it. I'll review those slides and adjust the messaging. Thanks for pointing that out. I'll let you know once I've made the updates. This dialogue illustrates the principles of constructive feedback in action. Emma starts with positive reinforcement, appreciating James's efforts before addressing areas for improvement. Her feedback is specific, focusing on actionable steps rather than vague criticisms. Meanwhile, James models how to receive feedback with openness and curiosity, asking clarifying questions and committing to actionable next steps. When giving feedback, the first step is to begin with appreciation. Recognize the effort or strengths in the work being discussed to create a positive and receptive environment. Address areas for improvement with clarity and specificity. Vague statements like, "This isn't good enough," offer no guidance, whereas targeted feedback, such as Emma's suggestion about revisiting objectives on slides 3 and 5, provides actionable direction. Maintaining a neutral and collaborative tone ensures that feedback feels constructive rather than confrontational. Receiving feedback is equally important. Approach feedback with a mindset of curiosity and growth. Instead of reacting defensively, focus on understanding the input by asking questions like James did. Take a moment to process the feedback and identify specific steps to improve. Acknowledging the feedback with gratitude reinforces a positive dynamic and demonstrates your commitment to learning. Constructive feedback is a skill that grows through intentional practice. In your next opportunity to give feedback, follow the structure demonstrated by Emma. Begin with genuine praise, deliver specific input, and conclude with actionable steps. When receiving feedback, emulate James's openness and focus on understanding how you can grow. The ability to navigate feedback thoughtfully transforms relationships, builds trust, and fosters collaboration. Whether giving or receiving, constructive feedback creates a pathway for mutual respect and continuous improvement. By mastering this art, you'll find that every conversation becomes an opportunity to strengthen connections and achieve shared success. 10. Empathy. As we reach the final step in our journey to understanding how to make someone who doesn't value you see your worth, we arrive at the most profound and transformative skill, empathy. While assertiveness, consistency, and optimism help build a strong foundation, empathy bridges the gap between you and others, creating genuine, lasting connections. Empathy is not merely understanding someone's words or actions, it's about stepping into their world, seeing through their eyes, and feeling with their heart. Imagine this. You're in a heated discussion with a colleague who dismisses your ideas outright. Your instinct might be to defend yourself or shut down entirely. Instead, what if you paused and asked yourself, what might they be feeling or fearing in this moment? By stepping into their perspective, you not only diffuse the tension, but also open the door to meaningful dialogue. As Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize? Meditations. This practice fosters a deeper understanding of others and ultimately transforms how they perceive you. To cultivate empathy, let's try 2 simple yet impactful exercises that you can implement right away. First, take 3 minutes today to reflect on a recent interaction where you felt misunderstood or undervalued. Write down the possible emotions or fears the other person might have been experiencing. Were they under pressure, feeling unheard, or worried about something unrelated? By considering their perspective, you shift the narrative from blame to understanding, which helps you approach future conversations with compassion. Second, in your next conversation, practice acknowledging the other person's emotions. When they express frustration, for example, respond with, "It sounds like you're feeling overwhelmed, is that right?" This simple act of validating their feelings shows that you care and are paying attention. Empathy often starts with small gestures like this, which can dramatically improve your interactions. Empathy also requires you to be present. How often do we listen to respond rather than listen to understand? In a world full of distractions, your undivided attention is a gift. Look people in the eye, nod to show you're engaged, and let moments of silence create space for deeper sharing. As Epictetus reminds us, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Discourses. Empathy doesn't just make you a better listener. It makes you someone others feel drawn to, a person they trust and value. When someone feels truly understood, they begin to see you not as an adversary or stranger, but as an ally and confidant. As we conclude this exploration of Stoic principles and their application, remember that empathy is the capstone of everything we've discussed. By combining assertiveness, consistency, optimism, and empathy, you become someone who radiates value from within. And when you embody these qualities, the way others perceive you changes naturally, not through manipulation, but through authentic connection and respect. The next time you face someone who undervalues you, remember this journey. Start by redefining your self-worth, embrace virtue, communicate assertively, listen actively, and above all, approach them with empathy. True influence doesn't come from demanding recognition. It comes from living in a way that inspires it. These principles are not just philosophical musings. They are practical tools for navigating the complexities of modern relationships, both personal and professional. What resonates most with you from this journey? Perhaps it's the idea of redefining your self-worth, or maybe the importance of empathy in forging genuine connections. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Which Stoic principle will you apply first, and how do you see it impacting your life? If this message inspired you, take a moment to like and share this video with someone who might benefit from it. Don't forget to subscribe for more empowering content on Stoicism and personal growth. Return to this video whenever you need a reminder of your inner strength and the timeless wisdom that guides it. Together, let's embody the values that create respect, connection, and lasting influence.